been? He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are.
Nahida, bad news. We just saw the Balladeer. Did he escape or... Ah!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the Sanctuary of Sirs?
I know you must have a lot of questions. It was my idea to set the Balladeer free.
A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru... But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was...
Ah, so if it were up...
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down?
But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us!
As long as the terms are read...
Well,
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of...
Wait a second.
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming...
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. So as long as you have some value to... Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate...
As we discussed...
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear. Don't you? And they're your friend.
Yeah, obviously!
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial.
All right.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you...
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision, yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's deed. It's possible he was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the... The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for information.
Exactly!
I understand. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires. Our minds have connected several times before. As Sumeru's deity, it is if this deal with the Balladeer can... It's my pleasure.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we...
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to...
It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep...
Shut your beak!
I understand that...
Sounds like a success. I need to be quite clear. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your... I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides. But it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as...
Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh. The snark on this...
We can start now.
Irminsul access grid. Initiating connection proceed.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh. Paimon's never...
Pick your jaws up off the floor.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says? Hey, don't you forget the agreement! You have to share it with us!
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. People are gainfully employed, their lives have purpose, they are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me. And now, even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it—
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma. And it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept— none of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island, but that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise—
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death.
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like you're— I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatara Suna.
Did you really... If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out.
It's no trouble at all. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity.
The Fatui?
Just to create a...
That's it.
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its... My device functions precisely as you say. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with... Make no mistake, even without you, that pure innocent...
He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because...
What a beautiful way to see the world. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, Mr. Niwa. Already. Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore. Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? It won't. I'll keep my end of the...
Hey, are you investigating this?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders and...
Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
We're out! And we're at... and...
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you. I'm sorry, but this...
an emergency?
Don't worry.
Shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and bird egg soup, and... Um... What do we... Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon certainly can't The ballad... You're acting...
Hey, it's them!
Akaba! Sawada! You're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment,
We have time. What do you...
it's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh? Should we join them?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh?
I presume you'll want to read.
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler.
What did you find out?
It's a long story.
Wow, so many.
Well, well.
Ugh. This new information.
Yes, okay.
And they're back at it. These guys are...
Oh, so.
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop if you...
Will do. Race you! Race! Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had...
The Balladeer? You look troubled. Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
That's so...
But how is...
As the Travelers, nevertheless.
So, you...
Yes, the Traveler... So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been...
Paimon's having a hard...
I can only make inference... Something else worrying you? Something that it couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right? Once the ballad, he couldn't keep hid. The story makes the Balladeer. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded.
Yeah, it just feels so
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that...
What is it?
A record from a... You should take a look.
Is this a
I authored this...
Huh?
When combined with the Traveler's narrative...
Hold on.
Yes. Any information about the Balladeer, or the changing the information in... But Irminsul can't change information.
That's incredible!
And sending the Traveler to Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further This story is abstract enough, but if we connect all the different pieces together... There was once in a while... But the monster suit the kitten too. Furious at this a gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire. The monster gave. The fire was extinct. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left them. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on how it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything.
We solved it!
I remember now. To become a god, this memory was creating a deity. I buried it.
It's hard to believe Paimon has no...
The balladeer, before he vanished, we still don't know how.
It sounds like Paimon...
This is why wisdom. So the answer is when you give someone to others looking, never forget. And that is what you...
Yeah, me...
Good idea.
You got it! Come